Have you ever wondered why so many people, so many marriages, relationships, children, a lot of people are struggling abroad? Could it be the constant immigration changes? Could it be the change of environment? Could it be the system? Could it be the weather? What could it possibly be? Somebody sent me a message recently that made me really ponder, and I want to share this with you because it's something that we really don't talk about often as migrants living abroad. My name is Tochi, or welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching, so YouTube can recommend it to more people and share it so more people can see it. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, I really don't know why. Please click on the subscribe button right now. Thank you. Now guys, like I mentioned, I got a message from a lady that lives in the UK and she wants me to share it as well. But after reading it, I felt, oh, what could be happening here? Like, it really made me to think, and I want all of us to talk. So let me read part of the message that I received. And you know, this is the reality of so many people abroad. If you've been able to have conversations or even on social media, you understand where I'm coming from. Okay, I'm going to paraphrase this because obviously I'm sharing anonymously, you know. So yeah, she said, "Hi Tochi, I don't even know why I'm writing this. I feel very lonely. My husband is always working. Winter makes everything worse. I feel sad, tired, disconnected. Small issues are now big arguments. I love my marriage, but I feel like the UK system and this weather are slowly pulling us apart." In summary, her marriage is at the verge of breaking down and she feels the system, the weather, that everything is falling apart, right? She mentioned that things that they would sort out on a normal day, things that would not really be a problem that they would manage or they have been managing, is now, you know, getting out of hand, blowing out of proportion, and she just feels like it's the weather. Because guys, let's be honest, the winter has a way of affecting people, right? It sets your mood very low. It keeps people sad, depressed, you know, it affects the mental health. Is just something that we don't talk about enough, how the winter season really affects people. In fact, if you even see the NHS, for example, if you've been following the news, you will see that, you know, there are cases of flu. People are likely to even get ill this period, okay? Emergency ward is usually very busy. In fact, it's usually the busiest it can be this season, right? And obviously, it's attributed to the winter. People are likely to get sick more, flu, a lot of, you know, infections, viruses are flying up and down. Even mentally, emotionally, it affects a lot of people. It is gloomy, it is wet and cold, and it gets dark. Imagine when you have more dark days, you know, it affects almost everybody, especially migrants, because this weather, these conditions, this environment, all of these things are new to us. And this pretty lady here is saying that she feels that this weather is part of the reason why her marriage is really suffering or struggling. So yeah, this message is not rare, okay? It's something that's we would have seen often, probably hearing other people's stories. It could even have happened to you or somebody around you, you know. So firstly, we're going to attribute it to the UK work culture. People are working long hours. Like she said, her husband is working, you know, back to back. People are picking shifts. People have to work. You have to work to pay bills. Bills are paid monthly in the UK, and it's something that most of us are not used to where we're coming from. Okay, for instance, in Nigeria, we pay rent yearly, we don't pay it monthly, you know. So it's just the fast-paced life. You have to work to be able to meet up with all your needs every month. So you just have to keep working to meet up with your responsibilities, both the ones you have here and the ones back at home, because a lot of us also have responsibilities back home as well. So the long hours and multiple jobs that people have to work is not helping marriages. It doesn't help, right? Because you're always away. In fact, I've seen people who say as they are coming in, their spouse is leaving, they just exchange, if they are driving one car, they just exchange car keys by the door or house keys, something like that. And a lot of people stay disconnected this period. So I just feel like is something that we need to talk about and understand that even as couples, even as married people, for those that are married watching this video, we need to learn to communicate with our spouses, with our partners, because that would help, right? Explain to them how you feel. And this is my advice to this lady, to myself, and to everybody watching this video. If you are feeling low or down at any point, or feeling like your partner is disconnected from you due to work or whatever reason, due to the weather, you know, you can talk about it. Tell them how you feel. Open up to them. If it's a reasonable partner, they're going to understand, okay? And try to make out time for yourselves. Couple, as a family, you cannot have it all. You cannot have all the money in the world, be chasing money and still expect your marriage, your home to be intact. No, you have to make sacrifices. Not all shifts that you should take. There are sometimes you can say no to work, that you want it to be family time. You have to be intentional about making your marriage, your family, even for your children, make out time and just rest. You just don't have to be existing. You have to stay connected, because once there's a disconnect, that's where the problem is. Yeah, I don't really think the problem is because of the winter. I don't know, but I just feel like, yes, it could be a contributing factor, but you should work on it. Everybody, personally, this season, I work extra hard, like ×2 to stay happy. I go to the gym. Right? I try to take walks. I try to do things that would help my mental health. I try to stay happy. And this brings me to the second point. We understand that winter affects moods, affects people's mental health. There's low sunlight or even none of it at all this season. So we have to learn to take vitamin D as often. If I take every day, because it helps. Yes, because a lot of people struggle with seasonal depression this season. So people feel so tired, low mood. People withdraw, they keep more to themselves. People are irritable. The mood is just low. You're not in the mood to do anything because you're just sad and you're just very low, okay? But you need to do things that will help keep your mood high. Besides work, you need to try to be intentional about building relationships with people, building a community. Try to hang out or speak to your friends once in a while. Life could get so busy that you wouldn't even have time to call or speak to anyone. But we have to be intentional about communicating with people. Look for people you can trust and talk to. Build a community around where you live. Try to make friends. Find a way to meet people this period. If you have kids, take them out as well, because as it's affecting adults, it's affecting children too. Let's also cultivate the habit of going for events, paying for shows and attending, going to the cinema to see movies. You know, let's try and go out more often. It's not just about walking. No. Let's try. See, guys, as you're watching this and you can relate to any of these things I've said, and you can also relate to what this woman is saying as well, please leave your comments in the comment section and also share your advice with her as well. Let's learn from each other. Let's grow, and let's just look for ways that we can navigate this season and life abroad together. Okay, we say marriages struggle, relationships struggle abroad. I really don't think it's abroad per se. It's just that it's a new terrain. You know, we're dealing with a lot of things that are external and new to us. But if you work together as a couple and have an understanding of everything going on and talk about it, communicate, it's really going to help. Okay, sister, please communicate with your husband and try to do some of these things I've said. Even you, if you're feeling low, try to register in the gym, go for walks. You know, that helps. I really didn't know how much just going to the gym. You know, when people say I'm going to the gym, I didn't know how going to the gym could help until I started. Trust me, it helps a lot. Try to do things that make you happy. Somebody even advised when I posted it on Instagram, keep your house clean, dress your bed, make your beds, tidy up. All those things just set your mood right. Eat well, you know. And also another reason why I feel like a lot of people are struggling is the fact that there's no village, no aunties, no uncles, no parents. Some people don't even have siblings abroad. Some people don't even have friends. You hear people tell that they don't have friends abroad. It's just them all by themselves, and it can be hard, trust me, right? It can be hard. So it takes intentionality to start building friendships or building a community or just building relationships that really help, because we say that a tree cannot make a forest, you know. And guys, come to think of it, you know, when she sent me this message and I went to do some research, I realized something very interesting, that UK family lawyers and relationship experts report that there's an increase in divorce and separation enquiries in January. And January is winter. So when I saw, I was like, why is that? Could there be an atom of truth in what this lady is saying? The long dark hours, the winter period, the cold and everything. And I also realized that it's not just migrants as well, okay? Other people are dealing with it too, right? It's just that I feel like maybe we feel it more because it's new to us, like I explained earlier, but people feel this season as well. You know, people say, oh, like the Christmas season where everybody is at home, families are all home, a lot of issues begin to come out, and they realize, oh, you know, they begin to get angry, they begin to say, oh, I'm not doing it again, and you know. So it's not really the winter season, it's just, some people say it's the Christmas period. You know, when I was reading, I was just trying to get opinions and views from different articles and different people and everything. And yeah, so there could be an atom of truth in what she's saying, but I just feel like we have a lot more work to do as migrants. Let's learn to talk more, even if it's uncomfortable, because if you don't talk, resentments will begin to build, bitterness, all those things. And by the time it builds up, and before you realize it might be too late. So communication is key. Let's try to communicate with our partners, with our friends. Let's talk to people. You know, that really helps. It helps me for once. We try to go on dates, girls night out, dinner dates once in a while with friends, with people from church and everything, because that helps. And you also see that as you're feeling this way, the second person is feeling that way. So a lot of people are feeling that way. I remember one time that somebody just dropped something, hi, on our WhatsApp group. I was like, hi, who is up for this? And almost everybody was like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, oh, wow. So people really want to hang out. People really want to like talk, just step out and breathe. Right? So you might feel like you're the only one feeling this way, but trust me, you're not the only one. Okay? So we are all in this together, and that's why we have to talk about it more often and find solutions together on how to deal with it. Guys, please drop your tips as well in the comment section. Also, I feel like you should protect your couple times. If you don't have it, you should create one for you and your partner, you know. Well, what you guys do as a couple, if you have children, excluding the children, just you and your partner. If it's when the children are in school, if it's when they are sleeping, if you can get, you know, somebody to do childcare for you while you go out with your spouse, just create that time once in a while, even if it's 30 minutes, just the both of you, no phones, no distractions, just a time, quality time for both of you, okay? Because we have to remember that it's not just you versus your spouse. It is you and your spouse versus the season, versus whatever is going on, versus the uncertainties, versus the constant immigration changes, versus, you know, there are lots of external factors, lots of things that affect people's marriages. So we have to understand that it is not you fighting your spouse. It is you and your partner, you and your spouse against whatever it might be, whatever it is. So it's when you give room for that thing to affect your marriage and your home, for that thing to come in and affect you, that is when it will come in. But if both of you decide and say, no, there's no room for you to do this, to break up our marriage or whatever, or our relationship, trust me, it's not going to work. And this is how I see it, because this lady will be watching this video, and I'm sharing this because I know it will not just benefit her alone, it will also benefit a lot of other people as well. But we have to fight it and not let it destroy what we have built. We have to deliberately and intentionally do things or put things in place to just help us rise above everything. Okay, a lot of people have been able to deal with it. A lot of marriages are thriving, a lot of children are doing very well, a lot of people are thriving in their career, you know, against all odds. And please, could you please share with us things that helped you for those that might still be struggling? People like this lady that feel like her marriage is about breaking up. She doesn't want it to happen because she cares about her marriage, and she just wants advice for people that have gone through that and succeeded, and people that are going through that as well can learn. Just know that you're not weak, okay? The winter pressure can be quite heavy, but it doesn't have power over you, right? You're going to come out victorious. Trust me. Guys, what do you think? Share with us. Just let me know your thoughts. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching to this video. We've come to the end of it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.